nigga. And I told her quit a job, but hold your horses. If my next album flop, it's back to the post office. Both of us, shit. They saying that's a real possibility. The thought alone is killing me. I think I need to let it go. I need to let it go. I think I need to let it go, let it go, let it go.
So I am just off of work. On my way, on my way to go take my son to start his placement testing, and then I'm going to go pick up my nephew, and then I'm going to the house because I'm tired and I need to do a couple of things at the house anyway. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about something, because me and my cousin was talking today, and she was like, she said, I really think you need to do a video, because even though I've known you for a long time, I'm trying to see traffic, even though I've known you a long time, and I know sometimes you don't be bragging when you say you have this, and the other, some people that don't know you will not understand that, and they'll think you just capping. And for y'all that don't know what capping mean, that mean you're bragging. That's another word for bragging. So I said, you know what, cause you right, let me get on here and like really explain myself so people can really get to know me. So for a lot of y'all that don't know, I am 35. I do have 3 children. I've had 5 children. 2 are deceased. I have 3 children, 3 living children plus a daughter through marriage, so technically I have 4 children. But ever since I was 18, I've been on my own. And when even around 15 or 16, I always had a job. When I turned 18, I had a job. But after I had my second child and things, I was still working and all that. But when both of my girls passed away, for those that don't know, my girls passed away. A lot of y'all should know by now if you watch my channel. Both of my daughters passed away due to a drunk driver. And so with that, after that, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, Princess Audrey, which y'all have seen in a lot of vlogs. And I made that decision to not work. But then at the same time, to be honest, she wasn't the major factor in that decision. I was just in an environment that was just real ratchet and ghetto, and I let that kind of affect how I went about doing things. So I picked up that ghetto ass type of mentality where I'm not gonna work, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna collect government assistance, I'm not gonna never get no job, I'm gonna collect a check once a month. That was my mentality at that time. So when I had my daughter, I used that as an excuse not to work, because I was like, I'm gonna stay home and take care of my daughter. That way I know she good. So, you know, after a while, I met somebody, which happens to be my husband now. And I met him maybe 4 or 5 years after having Audrey. Well, technically, I knew him when I was pregnant with Audrey. We were friends. And we're going to get into that a whole lot later, child. Because it get deeper than that. But, I decided, you know, that I was going to raise my daughter. I was going to sit at home. I had my own place through low-income housing. And I was doing absolutely nothing with my life. Let's be honest. I was sorry as fuck, okay? We're not going to even sugarcoat that. So, after I ended up having my second son, which is Lil Red, I just felt like something was missing in my life. I felt like I had a void in my life. Like my life just was not complete. Like I just wasn't fulfilled with life. I had my children, I had a roof over our heads, but I wasn't fulfilled with my life. I felt as if, even though I was a mother, my life didn't have any meaning. So me and Zach ended up dating, which is my husband. We ended up dating. We went through our issues, you know, but through it all, I would tell him, I just feel like I'm missing something in my life. And he was like, well, what you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. And he was like, you got to know what you want to do. What do you want to do? You know, and I kind of was like, well, I guess I want to work. You know, I want to work. I want to do something productive. And at the time, my uncle was staying with me. So I went every day after that looking for a job. I got on the bus every day. Went to the work source, looked for a job every day with my children in tow. Or if my children wasn't with me, they were with my uncle. He held me down. Because at the time he was sick. So he held me down and watched my children. And then too, my youngest, which was Lil Red, was crazy about him anyway. So, you know, every day I got on that bus, I looked for a job. I filled out applications. And one day I was just on the bus with me and Zach. Because at the time Zach got laid off. So he wasn't working. And with his issues, it was hard for him to find a job. So I was just happened to be on the bus one day, and a girl say, you looking for a job? I say, yeah. She said the airport hiring for passenger assistance. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah, go to the work source, tell them you want this application, fill it out. So I did. They called me for an interview. I made it through the interview process. They hired me. I started working. When I say that was the happiest moment of my life, besides having my children, that was like the happiest moment of my life, because I felt like I was doing something important with myself. And at that time, I think I was 24, 25. So I started working, bringing home a check. I'm going to work every day. I'm just excited. And I got to see what it felt like to actually go into a store and don't have to wait till the end of the month to get something, because I'm getting paid every 2 weeks. So I'm paying my bills. I'm able to, I don't got to call nobody and say my baby need a pack of diapers, because I can go get my baby diapers anyway. And then my tips were so good from working this job, I never had to touch my check. Like my check could get put up if I choose to, although at the time I didn't know how to save, so I was blowing it. But I just got to the point, I was working, I was enjoying it, I was starting to be able to go buy stuff, and I was at a happy place. So I say that because during that time of me not working, for 11 years, I stayed in it. I mean, even with that, because I stayed in the VA. And if you're from Houston, you know what a VA is. I stayed in the VA for 11 years. I worked, let's see, 7 years of that time. Oh, wow, I'm stopping. 7 years of that time that I was in the VA. And I always knew, I never told nobody where I stayed hardly. I never even decorated that place, because I was, after I started working, no, even before I started working, the whole time I was there, I felt so ashamed. I knew it was a roof over our heads, but I felt ashamed that I had to live in something like that, because I'm gonna be honest, the VA was straight up hood and ratchet and ghetto. Like chicks would be fighting over powder bags. Like chicks were getting stabbed in the head for sleeping with each other's men. That's how raw it was in the dead end. So I was always ashamed to tell people where I stayed. I never told nobody where I stayed. Nothing. I never decorated. Like my mama would come from Dallas and she would come to my house and she'd be like, why you ain't got no pictures or nothing up? And I used to always say, this is not my home. When I decorate, you'll know it because it's going to be my home. So I always knew that I did not want to be there. That was not home for me. Like, this can't be life, because this feel like hell. So I got myself on housing. I applied for housing. Me and my baby sister, we applied for housing. I say between that time I was still going to work. I was still coming home taking care of my children. I was still doing what I was supposed to do. And in the time of us being there, I went from staying in a 2-bedroom in the back to staying in a 3-bedroom in the front to staying in a 4-bedroom in the middle section to going back to a 2-bedroom because our apartment caught on fire. So in between that time, I stayed there from 2001 to 2011. No, 2001 till 2011. All of a sudden I get a housing packet. I'm excited because this is my chance to get the hell up out of here. And you probably like, it couldn't have been that bad. No, baby, it was just that bad, to the point that my children would wake up in the middle of the night because we'll hear stuff. It's little rats in the bed. There's rats in the kitchen. The roaches was so live that they ain't give a damn. You watching TV, they watching TV too. The rats was so bold that we'll be downstairs or something watching a movie. They'll just walk across the carpet like it was no big deal. Like, bitch, I live here too. What's up? So when I got that housing packet, I felt like I was on cloud 9. I gave my complex my 30-day notice. They asked me for my lease, and just happened to be getting ready to be up. So I gave my complex my 30-day notice. They asked me did I want to stay. They was like, we can go ahead and put you in a 4-bedroom. Just stay. And I'm like, hell no. I'm getting the hell up out of here. Because at that time, once I got the housing packet, I had already started looking for places I wanted to stay. So once I got that housing packet, I already knew I was out of there. So I went, found my house. Because a lot of people don't know, you can work and still be on housing, and you don't have to be in no wretched ass apartments. You can move into a house, you can move into a condo, you can move into a townhome. You don't have to stay in no ghetto ass neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that. They think everybody on housing don't work, don't do nothing, and all they do is sit on their ass and give government assistance. No, boo, I was working. So I found the house, but my voucher only covered a 3-bedroom. But the house I wanted was a 4-bedroom, brand new, never been lived in, everything. So they went ahead and approved me for the 4-bedroom house. So my rent at the time was like $374. I felt like I was winning. Brand new house, never been lived in. I'm the first one to be in it. Rent $374. I felt like things was looking up. So, you know, I say that because a lot of people look at it as me bragging. I'm not bragging. I swear to God, I'm not. Because now, he's not on housing. I still stay in my house, but I'm not on housing no more. I use that as a stepping tool to get out of my to get out of the situation I was in. And now I went from making that little bit of money I was making to where housing wouldn't have kept me no way, because I make too much money now. So now I can afford to pay full price rent. So when I say that, when I be saying, oh, I got a 4-bedroom house, 2-car garage, I don't say that to brag. I say that because this was a girl that wasn't working. This is a girl that said she was never gonna work. This was a girl that was sitting on her ass, absolutely doing positively nothing, and didn't really thinking she was living life, not realizing that she didn't even have shit. I didn't have nothing. So when I say I come from nothing, I wasn't living life. I ain't really have nothing. To the point now, I could go into any store I want to, buy whatever the hell I want. I didn't even know nothing about credit. My credit was so terrible. it took me to work on my credit to the point now I could go look at a house and get a house like the financial advisor said, up to $280,000, built brand new from the ground. I went from buying used cars to getting a car off the lot. You know what I'm saying? I went from having a check once a month, trying to stretch it out and make ends meet, to being able to put my money in a savings account, to being able to do certain activities with my children, to being able to go eat places that I never thought I would be able to go eat. So when I say things like that, it's not me bragging. It's saying if I can come out of those situations that I was in, and I could overcome those situations that I was in, yeah, it might have took me a little longer to do it, but I did it. And that means if I could do it, anybody can do it. Certain things are put there for us to use as tools to get to where we need to be. Yeah, I got housing at one point in my life. Yeah, I was on low income housing at one point in my life. But I didn't stop there. I used it, once my mind clicked, I used it as a stepping stool to do better with my life, to show my children better. And now I feel good that I have a work ethic. I feel good when I go into a store and my children ask me for something and I don't have to say wait till next month. You know what I'm saying? That feels good to me. I feel good when I come home from a hard day of work and I don't feel like cooking and I be like, order a pizza. I feel good when I can, you know what I'm saying? I feel good that I'm a provider and I'm able to do for my children. Yeah, my husband worked, and that ain't always been the case. You know what I'm saying? He ain't always had no job. But it took him to grow up too. And it took somebody to take a chance on him and say, even though you went through this as when you was younger, that's not who you are today. So I'm going to give you this stool and let you stand on it. And he been working ever since. And now he make more money than me. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that to say, y'all, if it seems like it ain't no light at the end of the tunnel, and it seems like you can't get ahead, keep pushing. Do not give up. Keep going. Keep doing it. I understand the struggle is real, because it was real for us. There was plenty nights I cried because I just did not want to be in my situation. And I say that because you may not be where you want to be at the present time, but you're where you should be right now until you can get to where you need to be or where you want to be. And I just want to say that because I know a lot of people might be thinking that, oh, Key be bragging because she say she do this, she do this. Key ain't always have it like that. Key wasn't always popping like that. Understand it at all times. Key ain't have it like that. But I did what I had to do. I remained focused. I stayed strong. I put on my big girl ass panties. And I hustled hard to get out of the position that I was in. And I showed a lot of people that said that I wasn't, that I can, and I did. And because of that, I got children that want to graduate, want to go to college, want to work, want to do things with themselves. They not sorry, they not lazy. You know what I'm saying? I just been blessed. So when I be saying the doors are opening, blessings are coming, that's because they are. Like, I feel good now when a credit card company say you got a credit limit increase. I feel good when I go talk to my financial advisor and they be like, so when you gonna start looking for your house? Because this come from a girl that stayed in the hood that never thought she could own a house. That never thought she could drive a car off the lot. And I ain't saying every day ain't no struggle. It's still a struggle sometimes for me. But I refuse to let the world defeat me. I refuse to be taken under by this world. I'm going to show everybody that everything that I have, I deserve it. Because I have busted my ass for it. And you're going to have haters. You're going to have people that say you don't deserve it. You're going to have people that say that you shouldn't have this, that, and the other, man, you get on the middle finger and keep it moving. Because instead of them hating and instead of them having something negative to say, they need to be asking you how you got to where you are, or what steps did you take to get to where you are right now. And that's just what it is. But I'm gonna get out of here because I could talk about this all day long. But I just wanted to come on here and say, I ain't bragging, I'm blessed. And I get excited talking about my blessings because I said in a Facebook post, I pulled up to my house yesterday and I said, thank you, Lord, for options, because a couple of years ago I didn't have none. There was no options for me. So to have them now is a blessing within itself. And I'm grateful for that. I'm honored by that. And don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do. Keep your head up and stay strong and show them different. I need you to put them bags in the trash and get that plate for me and put it in the sink. Thank you.
Hey, Mama.
What?
Remember we was talking about the part-time job? I seen how, like, I was looking at it that website last night, and they showed me what time they close and what open, like on weekdays through the Saturdays.
Leave my umbrella in here, son. I need my umbrella.
Oh, it's like 9 to no, I think it's 9 a.m. to 9 o'clock.
Leave the baby. Leave that in here. I just wanted you to take the bags and the plate.
Oh, I'm gonna show you on my phone.
All right. See what I mean? Work ethic. He don't have to work. He choose to work because he in college. So I promised I would take care of everything until he was done. But I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I just wanted to chat with you real quick and just really just show y'all and let y'all know that God is real all day long, and I'm the witness to that. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. I guess we're gonna title this, I'm not bragging, I'm blessed. Peace.